These college newspapers seem to reveal a lot of clues, or they have a lot of things, for the research. I mean, you're a professional researcher,
Oh,
so
they do.
this kind of document is really invaluable. I mean, because even right on this page, you say there's other things on this page.
No, absolutely. Well, it's invaluable for many reasons. Pop culture, whether we're talking about 1969 or 2012, it's a student newspaper, and the student newspaper is going to have its ear to the ground for the most part. It's going to be discussing local politics, national politics, and if you're doing research on the local music scene, it's invaluable. Look at this. You have we have news of other concerts, cancellations. Tonight's show at Shady Grove, which was Pacific Gas and Electric, was canceled. The Eric Burden show is being canceled. Bob Seger at the Wheaton Youth Center next Wednesday is being canceled.
No, doesn't
No
say
reason
why.
Well, there
No
had been some difficulty with some of the concerts that had been promoted in the area. I think some of the audiences and been some destruction at some of the shows, I think they wanted to put a little bit of a lockdown on the area and the music scene for a while. We've got the Byrds coming into Catholic University, and what do we've got? We've got Grin playing the Emergency, and they're scheduled to open for the Byrds at Catholic University. We've got...
this is all in that article.
This is all in the article.
Written by Tom Carrico again.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is all like, again, the date's November, right at the peak, of Barry Richards, promoting these concerts.
Correct. It was, I think, probably the majority of his of the shows that he promoted for the Wheaton Youth Center, I think, were in 1970. It's interesting again that he grabs Led Zeppelin or the New Yardbirds so early. It's a shame that he didn't have more time to promote it. This is a last-minute shoestring. They're available for one night. They're coming through town. He gets a chance, and of course, it's not going to be, because it's such short notice. He's not going to have time to put anything in print. Of course, ideally, being a radio personality, he's got one of the perfect ways of disseminating the information and getting it out. He's going to broadcast it. But he's only going to have probably, a show or two to do it a day. The weather conditions are poor. It's snowing, I think, on January the 20th, the evening of the 20th. We have inauguration. And then you've got probably protest marches going on downtown. You also have performances and rallies downtown. So it's a lot of things are taking away from the opportunity to get the message out and for people to come to the show.
Plus, people didn't really know the music. They hadn't really been familiar. The album hadn't been out that long.
No, there was certainly, they had done, Page had been in New York doing a lot of advance promotion for the LP and for the upcoming tour. That would have been in the fall and winter of '68 from New York, from Atlantic offices, phone interviews, California.
It's still such a strange route to go from Detroit to Wheaton, Maryland, to then Pittsburgh the next night.
And maybe it was they felt it was worth their time to make that trek down to Washington or the Washington metropolitan area to play. After all, that is what they're doing. They're getting it out. I'm at a loss to explain other than just not having enough time. It's hard to believe at this point. It's hard to believe that only 50, 100 people showed up for a performance. It wasn't as if Jimmy Page and the Yardbirds weren't known. They certainly were. They were a known entity and quantity. It's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And as I said, I think we spoke earlier about this. November of 1970, and he's reminiscing about one of his fondest memories of promoting Led Zeppelin. Hey, keep in mind, November of 1970, we don't even have the fourth album in Stairway to Heaven yet. You know, what's going to become an absolute staple on FM radio for seemingly ever and a day. It's amazing. It's